already live, but we don't really have to engage with people that much, you know.
I mean, if you wanted to, we could just straight up just start recording it and posting it if you want, but you never know. We might get a follower or two just by doing this. You never know.
No, I'm recording it like to my VODs.
Oh, nice.
And I'll probably download it too, because that's something I want to have probably. Yeah, I'm live. What about you?
So am I.
Okay, that's a weird start. Okay. So I mean, we can just start with the things I want to talk about first.
Go ahead, man. Lay it on me.
So, have you seen that the E02 meta score right now?
The what score? I'm sorry, I pressed the
A
wrong button.
meta score, like critic reviews. 92.
For a most violent year?
No, The Irishman.
Oh, The Irishman. No,
That's the news I want to talk about.
Well, I'm trying to stay away from it. I'm just trying to.
Me too.
Yeah, because
also, yep.
The anticipation of that movie is a bit huge. You know, it's a bit huge.
The hype is real.
Yeah.
Also, big news. It will actually come to German cinemas, which is like the best news ever.
Yeah, I saw that they're releasing it in the theater, then it comes to Netflix like 3 weeks later. That's the deal for us, anyway. That's what I saw.
I'm not so sure. I just read it comes to Germany cinema, and I think that's great because such an event movie needs to be watched in the theater.
Yeah, because I'm kind of struggling with it because the last time I saw when they said the trailer, for me anyway, I saw opening in theaters whatever date, and then coming to Netflix it was like 3 weeks after that.
I think it's the 27th of November. Not sure. Well,
that could pave the way though for movies being distributed like that. Like, I mean, The Irishman is huge. They've already had big movies streaming, right? They've already had some clout to throw around with some big name actors, but I feel like this is different.
This is different level.
This is legitimate. Yeah, this is legitimizing everything here.
Also, which is like even crazier, is that it's the comeback for Joe Pesci.
Yes.
You know, that's like unheard of. The next news is kind of sad in a way.
Okay.
So have you seen the trailer for Birds of Prey?
It's kind of sad.
Have you seen it?
I like this lead in. We're gonna do this every time. I like your little news lead in here. This is perfect.
Have you seen the trailer?
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer.
I think it's fucking awful.
It looks
because it's like actually it's just the continuation of Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad, and she's still annoying and unfunny. You know? It looks bad. My only hopes are Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but that's nah.
I feel like the Suicide Squad, for me, she was spot on. Like I thought she wasn't really annoying for me. I thought she was really good as Harley Quinn, and that is really how she is in the comics, so I get it.
Yeah, but I don't have to like it.
I hear you, but for this, same with like Deadpool and shit. Like I know there's people out there that just cannot stand Deadpool. I get it.
Yeah, but I can see that.
But I also think that Deadpool higher than Harley Quinn, obviously. But this movie though just jumped out at me as like you just took 5 steps backwards, for DC. It just doesn't look good. It just doesn't. There's not, except for like you said, like Ewan McGregor.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of him. Honestly, I like him a lot.
Yeah, so do I. He's never really. Honestly, the only disappointing thing I can think about Ewan McGregor is I didn't really like Obi-Wan, but.
Oh, that's funny because actually Obi-Wan is the reason I like him. I already liked him as a child because he's Obi-Wan, and I liked the prequels when I was younger, but. No, that's kind of embarrassing right now.
You don't want to talk about how much you love him now?
Dude, the prequels are, serious meme potential, but that's it.
Yeah, especially with the CGI. The CGI really, that is the example of why too much CGI will hurt your movie long term.
Yeah, the Star Wars prequels are kind of the 2000s bad CGI movies.
Right. But no, that movie does look. I have to agree. I have to agree with you. Usually, I'm like, I try to play devil's advocate, but there's no playing devil's advocate with that Birds of Prey trailer. Because like, even if you're a fan of comics, which I know I bring that up, like if you're a Birds of Prey person, because Birds of Prey is a thing, you're probably pissed off that it's just Harley Quinn the movie. You know, like it's nothing really to do with the Birds of Prey. It's a weird movie. But,
you know, I have nothing, like I don't know anything about comics, so
right. I think
I'll just take it as a movie.
I think we'll get our best Harley Quinn from James Gunn in The Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
Now that'll be good. That'll be good, I think.
All right. Third news is like I'm so hyped. Have you seen the behind the scenes featurette to 1917?
I didn't watch the behind the scenes featurette, but I saw the preview yesterday in the big screen, you know, while I was waiting for Joker. So I'm like, it's refreshed in my brain, the movie. But I saw that it's all one continuous shot.
It's a one-shot World War I movie.
Yeah.
Dude, it has Mark Strong. I'm so sold. You know?
Yeah. Benedict in there. And the two guys, too, that they're focusing on. I can't remember who that guy is, but...
One of them is Tommen from Game of Thrones. Oh my god. One sec. I just got hosted.
I'm looking at it too, actually. I'm
Thank
looking
you very
real
much.
Quick. Let's see.
Also, where was I? So Tommen from Game of Thrones, the king, the Child King. That's one of them.
Okay.
And the other one is, I know him from
George McKay. This is the one I'm talking about. George McKay.
He's from Captain Fantastic with Viggo Mortensen. And what else? I've seen him in something
else
recently.
I saw him else in. Yeah, there's something. The fuck was he in that I saw?
I should open IMDb right now, but
he's got a good face though. He's got a good face.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not. I disagree.
He looks like, honestly, he looks like the London version of Macaulay Culkin, but he took better care of himself. That's really what he looks like.
True. Oh yeah, I've seen Pride recently. That English movie was pretty good.
What was it about?
About gay people that like have an organization that tries to support mine workers in like in the 80s Thatcher government bullshit.
The 2014 movie?
Yeah. It's a comedy. I liked it. It's not really the most amazing movie, but it's okay.
Okay. All right. It's got what's his name in it?
Yeah, it also has Andrew Scott, who's also in 1917, who's Moriarty and Sherlock. Cassidy from Preacher is in it.
Oh no, Cassidy from Preachers. It's the reason I watch Preacher.
Yeah, true. Steals the show completely.
It's not really Dominic, whatever his name is, you know.
Dominic Cooper.
Yes, Dominic Cooper.
I like him though. I like him.
So do I.
In a year though, so I quit like somewhere in season 2, I think.
Right. I figure I'm actually gonna burn through all the Preacher once I'm done with my current watching of True Blood.
I'm gonna get my wisdom teeth out very soon, so I think at that time it's probably a good point to watch the series. You know, maybe Preacher and The Expanse, because I still have to finish both. All
4 wisdom teeth?
Yes.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. What can I do?
Right. Shit.
So, those were my news. Not that much, but like some interesting stuff. What have you? What's the last movie you've seen aside Joker and Most Violent Year?
Well, right after Most Violent Year, I actually watched another movie called Willow Creek from 2014. A movie directed by Bobcat Goldthwait. And the reason I watched this is because I was listening to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan suggested it, saying it was a genius film. This was not a genius film. It was entertaining, sure, but I mean the payoff just was not worth it. It's a Blair Witch style found footage type of movie.
Okay, I'm out.
Yeah. Like I like them a little bit, but they just seem so fake. You know.
I'm not a huge fan of that genre, honestly.
Well, I like Bigfoot, you know, so
what?
I thought, why not? You know, I like the Sasquatch. I'm kind of a Sasquatch person. It could be there. You never know. But they never really... It's about Bigfoot. The movie.
No, I mean Willow Creek.
Willow Creek?
Yeah, what's it about?
It's about Bigfoot.
Oh, as well. Okay. I thought you meant like Bigfoot the movie.
No,
Okay,
it literally is about two people going into the woods where the that famous footage was shot of Bigfoot back in the 70s or 60s, whenever the fuck it was.
Ah.
But the acting of these two people is just like the girl is okay, like she's all right, but the dude is just so bad. He keeps saying babe, and it just feels so off. Like, you know, kind of like in movies when people talk to each other and they're saying each other's names, it really takes me out of it because that's not how people talk to each other.
That's basically just for the audience.
Unless they're pissed off, you know, unless you're pissed off. Like I'd be like, Almond, what the fuck? You know, that's usually how that goes.
I see.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube, so there's no love there. True Blood,
So
like I said, I'm already on season 4 of True Blood, so. But that's something I'm watching with the the lovely lady.
All right. I've seen 2 movies recently.
Okay.
Actually, I tried to make a transition from Birds of Prey to those movies because one of them is with Ewan McGregor, and the other one is with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. So I've watched Gemini Man in the theater yesterday with Will Smith and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Clive Owen.
I mean, yeah, I actually that movie kind of piqued my interest a little bit. You know,
I mean, the way it's made is interesting. You know, with 120 frames per second, I think.
Oh, okay.
But my cinema can't show that. I think it was like regular 24.
Directed by Ang Lee.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Honestly, Gemini Man is fucking garbage. Dude. Okay, I don't want to talk with you about Game of Thrones season 8, but David Benioff wrote Gemini Man, and you see that. It's
but he
awful.
wrote Wolverine Origins too. People never let that go.
End his career, please. You know.
Right.
Okay, that sounded kind of evil, you know.
No, we could actually do a show on Game of Thrones.
I'm so done with that show. I don't want to talk about it ever again. You know.
You know, I have to kind of agree with you. It's kind of sad because the thing about season 8, while there was some good things in season 8, overall, now that it's over,
yeah.
You kind of, you know, like there was this feeling of like each season ending, like, I'm going to go ahead and rewatch them all before next season, that kind of thing. At least that's how I felt about Game of Thrones because I thought it was so fucking good. But now that it's over.
It was the best show ever.
Right. And now that it's over. Yeah. Now that it's over, though, that feeling for me to go back and watch all of it are like, well, fuck it then. You know?
Honestly, season 8 was so disappointing to me that I completely lost interest in rewatching the series. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I mean, one day I might do that, but I'll skip season 7 and 8 because I don't like them at all. I mean, it's so sad because there, as you said, there is good stuff, especially in the production design and stuff. But you know, I already talked way too much about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a good topic though, Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
there's so much good shit in there, but they really did drop the ball there at the end because it was really rushed. I mean, it needed at least another couple seasons, but even then, the writing did decline a bit.
I want to say one good thing about Gemini Man though.
Will Smith looks so good.
Digital young Will Smith is really, really good.
The digital stuff's getting really.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, you sent me the Jim Carrey Shining video.
Yeah, you never commented on that. When I watched that, I was like, "This is fucking weird."
Yeah, I just didn't know what to say, you know.
Yeah. If anybody's wondering out there what we're talking about deep fakes. There's a lot of, that's what they're called. They're called deep fakes. So look up on YouTube deep fake, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really tricky.
It's really interesting, yeah. Yeah,
because it just shows you what they could do with it too, whether good or bad. Because me, I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm all for a movie with a bunch of digital faces just because I'd like to see I mean, because you could bring James Dean,
That's just what I wanted to say. Yeah,
back from the dead. I mean, you could really do some trippy shit.
I mean, Steve McQueen in 2020. Why not? But you got Damian Lewis to play him, so it's not really that necessary.
Yeah, and I know you're still, giving me shit about not seeing that. I just,
you're such a moron.
I know.
How can you not watch the latest Tarantino movie?
I tell you what, though. It might work out for me because if it comes out on Netflix in the extended version,
oh yeah, then
I'll be the big winner.
Yeah, true. It's not even sure yet if it comes to Germany, which sucks. Okay, so second movie I watched. We're getting off track again.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine, totally fine. Let's chill. The Impossible.
The Impossible.
With Ewan McGregor, Naomi Watts, and Tom Holland in an early role.
Tom Holland, the savior of the franchise of Spider-Man. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's about a tsunami catastrophe in Thailand.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
And the movie is like in Germany you can watch it when you're 12, but the movie is really, really intense. Sometimes I couldn't even look at it because Naomi Watts takes so much shit. It's crazy. Really bloody. It's a really good movie, actually. I liked it a lot.
Worth it,
It's pretty sad, though. Yeah. I liked it. It's not that long. I think almost 2 hours, but...
Currently sitting at a 7.6 on IMDb.
I would give it a 7. Like, it's not as good, like, not good enough to give it an 8, but I still think it's pretty good. And Tom Holland, I think, how old was he at that point? That was 2012. He was like, I don't know, 15 or something. 14, 15. He's really good already. Yeah.
I mean, he's only 17 now, right?
No, I think he's 23 or something.
That's other news, though. Spider-Man staying in the MCU and the Sony universe. They finally came to an agreement for 2 more films at least. So I think news. That was really good news because that's 2 films that could play out his involvement. Tom Holland.
Yeah. Also, if he, that would be kind of a sad ending for Spider-Man in the MCU. The ending of Far From Home.
Yeah,
that's rough, man.
It just gives them time to work it out a little bit. Because say if he is leaving the MCU, at least write it into the MCU and make it make sense to the people around. Because you got all these people that have interacted with fucking Spider-Man. It just makes it really weird. Just be like, yeah, remember that one dude that was here? They won't mention it. Strange.
I just had to change my category. I was still in art. Fuck me.
Well, I mean, film is art. So.
Yeah, true, but I'm not doing art right now.
What category are you in now?
Talk shows and podcasts.
Oh, talk shows and podcasts. I forgot about that one. I'm in just chatting.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably fine too, as well.
No, I want to be in talk shows and podcasts.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me change this here. Talk show and podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
Good call.
Should we go to the subject matter of this show?
Well, I did see another movie I forgot, which we talked about last time I was streaming just a little bit. It was Ad Astra.
You mean Ad Astra?
I like saying Ad Astra.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah.
It's a really weird title, No,
it's not.
It's a strange title to me. Is it Latin?
Yeah, it means to the stars.
Really?
Which makes totally sense.
Okay. Well, then they should have just named it To the Stars,
Nah, I think that Latin thing gives it a cooler vibe.
Who the fuck is walking around speaking Latin?
True. I had 6 years of Latin in school.
What's the IMDb on that? Just
7.
Is it really
7.0? Yeah.
Which is just the same as the movie that we're talking about today. Which I
think Ad Astra is better. Also, I don't want that it drops below 7 actually.
You don't want AD to?
No, 6.9 or something. That I don't know. That doesn't look that good.
Well, I think with that movie is I don't think that movie's going to be for everybody.
No, totally no.
I think that you have to have some kind of semblance to your father or I don't know. I hate it when people use the term daddy issues though. Like it's just a cop out. It's like people have relationships and they work it out.
Yeah.
But I get that side of it of saying, it's just a daddy issue movie in space. But man, the shots in that movie, like the intensity, like when he's on the moon, and they've got the miners coming after him, the pirates and shit, like that was fucking intense, man. And the the monkey shit, like that movie that had so many different levels to it that I really can't wait to see it again, honestly.
Actually, a friend of mine watched it and he didn't like it.
Okay.
Because he had a different approach than probably we both have.
Mm-hmm.
When he watched, like he told me that he was wondering what do these pirates do? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of silly to have pirates on the moon in a way,
Mm-hmm.
but I myself, I don't really give a shit. I don't need an explanation for everything because it's not really a science fiction movie.
No.
It's really emotional and
it's kind of an art film. It's an art film. It really is.
Yeah, totally. With a big budget though.
Yeah.
90 million or something.
Very, very 2001. I thought it was more 2001 than it was Interstellar, personally. Because I feel like a lot of space movies, they chase the 2001 feeling. But I think Ad Astra kind of nailed it with the...
I would actually say that Ad Astra is better than Interstellar.
Ooh.
Because Interstellar has I'm probably making enemies right now, but Christopher Nolan has that wannabe intelligent feel to him,
Okay. Well, there are problems. There are problems that I have with Interstellar, particularly like why did they ever touch down on the planet that's being sucked into a black hole? To me, that was one of the weirdest fucking moments in that movie. Like, why?
I don't remember actually.
Yeah, well, they had to visit 3 planets, and they had to check them to see if they were inhabitable for life, and they were looking for the, the shit that, the information basically. But they touched down on the planet. The first one they touched down on is the planet being sucked into the black hole, and I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense why they would stop there.
With the water?
The water one, yeah.
But that was pretty cool.
Oh no, I'm not saying like that was an amazing sequence, especially when you think that, because actually in the trivia in that movie you hear this weird little click while they're on the water.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
That's the rotation of the Earth. Every time there's a click, they're losing 1 year. It's just fucking scary.
Yeah.
When you start to look at it like that. I love that about that movie just because it's weird, but that's a tough one because I think they're both pretty good. But
true. I like Interstellar, but I feel like Ad Astra is better on the emotional level because that's not really Christopher Nolan's thing. Emotions, I don't know. I don't feel like his movies are that emotional or do it that well. I mean, The Prestige is like one of my favorite movies, but it's...
Well, Inception is pretty emotional because the whole motivation behind Cobb is his dead fucking wife,
Yeah, you're right. But
Interstellar, you got to give credit to the scenes with Casey Affleck too, because the Casey Affleck stuff I thought was really powerful, and I think the most emotional part about Interstellar is when he watches the video and he realizes that he just lost 40 fucking years. I mean, they've memed that video so much with him crying. But when I first saw it, it was like, man, this is terrible. This is fucking terrible. This guy has to sit here and watch this shit.
Actually, the sad thing is the last time I watched that was when it came out in theater. So I don't really remember that much actually.
I would watch that one again because when I first saw Interstellar, I didn't like it. I want to do that. I actually I didn't like Interstellar that much. I didn't like the ending in particular, but I've seen it, I think, 3 times since because it's one of those movies that I can just get sucked into. And there's an appreciation every time I watch it. And I think that same appreciation is going to be Ad Astra, too, because there's a lot of layers in that movie that kind of need to be explored. And I really like the fact that it all takes place in our solar system. I love that. I love the fact it's in our solar system because it's like...
The world feels kind of similar to the one in The Expanse, a bit.
Yeah,
I need from the technical point.
I would like
Oh,
to
you haven't
sit
seen
down.
it?
Well, I've seen the first. It was one of those shows where I didn't have anything to watch. Watched like 2 episodes of it, and then I shelved it. And I was like, all right, well, this is good. I
Yeah.
need to watch this when I can watch it all in one binge. So
I watched the first season and it's I don't know, I kind of lost. I
really,
didn't continue. Yeah, it's good, but it's not like that gripping. I don't know.
Battlestar Galactica is fantastic. If you ever
Haven't
want to
seen
go
it.
down that, if you want to go down that hole.
I'm not a huge science fiction man, you know? That's
Mm.
probably why I like Ad Astra, because it's not really sci-fi. It's more a father-son space movie.
Right. Right. Another thing I took away from Ad Astra is that my own mortality was put into question a little bit.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I just kept thinking. I don't mean to make a joke, but when I saw Tommy Lee Jones's ears, I just thought, oh my God, our ears just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like there's nothing you can change that. And it just, every time I saw his giant lobe on the screen, I just kept thinking, oh my God, like my ears are going to get so fucking big and there's nothing I can do about it. But
Right.
I know it's a side thing, but it's true. It's fucking true. Like I'm sitting there watching this on IMAX and I'm like, God damn, that lobe is taking up a good chunk of the screen here. Like it kind of took me out of it a little bit, but, and Brad Pitt, fantastic in this movie though. Fantastic.
I like a lot that the movie is,
that's right.
or the camera, the whole movie is, it's so close to Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably one of his most unique performances. I haven't seen him like that in any movie.
Right. Right.
He's not like as cool as in Inglourious Bastards or Hollywood or something.
Mm-mm.
I liked it a lot. Some people actually said that his performance is awful. And
Well, I don't think. No, God, I really thought that was one of my favorite performances by him because it was so like exposed and exposed like a nerve almost. Like you could tell like he was breaking down a little bit.
It was low key, you know,
but very strong. And the way it ends, like I'm not gonna give it away, but the way it ends with him reciting what he was kind of reciting at the start of like, I will not do this, I will not do that, and then he kind of changes his tone. That was pretty incredible. Like I really think that movie, with the more time that goes by, people are gonna respect that movie more and more and more. Just the takeaway I feel from it. So I'm glad you liked it as well.
I liked it a lot. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Shit.
Yeah. It's very close to like getting into my top list, you know.
I would say 8 right now, but like I said, it's one of those movies that I know each viewing probably going to get better and better. And Donald Sutherland too. I really like the small.
Oh man, he got so old.
From Don, he did get old, man. And so did Tommy Lee Jones. Like both of them are.
Yeah, I think Tommy Lee Jones is like 73 or something, but Donald Sutherland looks like he's 90.
And Tommy Lee Jones still has the voice. You know, he still has that presence with that voice of his. I did think it was a little predictable. If I was going to say something bad about it, I kind of knew that was the case. You know, of what he was going to find when he got there. You know, kind of, there wasn't really any surprise.
Yeah, but I didn't really care about that much.
No, I didn't really take it away because that really wasn't the focus. The focus was the relationship, and man, that was a good movie. Yeah,
also so unique. You know, it's not a blockbuster. It doesn't have that much action or anything. That's probably why it kind of flops right now. It's not that successful, and I can see that, but for me, good movie, one of the best of the year.
So a segue into our current movie that we're going to discuss here today.
Yeah.
A Most Violent Year, starring Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain and David Oyelowo.
Yeah, but he's like barely in the movie.
Oyelowo. Owello. Man, just change your name. You know what I mean? Just change your name at that point. Jesus Christ. So what did you think of this movie, man?
What, like, do we want to sum up the story real quick for anyone who doesn't know it? Probably everyone.
Sure, because I don't know if they're really going to rush out and watch.
Yeah. So it's about that guy. He's Abel Morales, played by Oscar Isaac. Yeah, Abel.
Yeah, and most people say Abel, but they had to say Abel.
So he's the owner of a fuel company. I got that right, I hope.
Yes. He moves fuel.
Yeah, he moves fuel, but he at the start of the movie, he buys a new estate for his company, but I think he was already using it, but now he wants to own it as well.
Right.
And like Abel is like a really ambitious man. He does everything to succeed. Like Jessica Chastain puts it right. He's like Mr. Fucking American Dream. But he's not like a criminal or something, even though he does everything for his business. Even though I felt like it's not really that clear, but the business is kind of shady.
Yes, they allude to that when they talk to Jessica Chastain over and over. She kind of keeps bringing, because she's the one that's freaking out the most.
Yeah, she's impulsive and super unreasonable sometimes.
And they allude to something about her dad being
a gangster boss or something.
A gangster, yeah. I feel like this movie needed a little bit of exposition, just something.
Yeah, it was like hard to figure out at the start what was going on, kinda.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of with you. I don't need everything spoon fed to me. I don't.
Yeah.
But when you have a main character, I need to relate something.
Yeah, one sec. Let's. I mean, I'm still not finished with the story, I think, because
you can clearly tell that I'm ready to just tear into this, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So his company, they both are in kind of a crisis because their trucks keep getting hijacked by, they don't know by whom. It could be contenders in the business or random people. Also, I'm not sure if I understood that right, but they have to come up with $1.5 million to like close the deal on the estate. And also, the police is investigating and wants to charge them with felony stuff. Yes. And that's David Oyelowo.
Yes, with a very interesting, I'm going to be a New Yorker accent. Oh, wait, I'm not a New Yorker accent. Oh, wait, okay. I'm a New Yorker again.
For me, that accent thing doesn't work because I can't, like, differentiate accents in America, but that's fine. Okay. So, just, before we dive into it, just a simple, did you like it? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. No. I liked it.
You did like it?
Kinda. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay. I think it was a question of like you wanted to like it. This is like
no, I mean, okay.
I wanted to like this movie. But
yeah, me too.
Like
I mean, I took notes, man.
Okay. All right. Like you got two actors that I feel like are hit and miss. No. What? I feel like both of them are hit and miss with their movies. Oscar Isaac, I can't tell if I really like him or not. I've liked him in movies, sure, but he takes some roles where he's trying to be the coolest guy in the room. This is one of them, and I don't think he pulls it off. Like I don't think this guy is tough at all. I don't think he's menacing at all. They're not trying to make him menacing. That's the wrong word to use. But I don't think he was powerful. I thought he was so fucking weak through this whole movie, and Jessica Chastain, again, another actor where hit or miss. She's either going to be really good or the movie's going to tank. Now, okay, so both of them, you could say that it's the movie itself because there was a scene with Oscar Isaac towards the end that I really did like. It was probably the only scene that I liked in the whole movie.
We don't want to spoil it here right now.
No, we don't have to spoil it, but I watched this movie the whole time. The whole time I'm thinking, there's going to be something in here that I'm going to like because I wanted to like this movie. I really did. I liked the preview of it. I liked the setting. I liked the fact that it's 1981 in New York, which is one of the most violent fucking years on record.
Yeah.
Because that was a violent city. And then I sit down and watch a movie that's not violent at all, which I know that...
Except from one scene.
One scene is kind of violent, but...
No spoilers.
No. But... and I know I shouldn't go into that thinking, oh, this should be a violent movie because it's got violence in the title, but Jesus Christ, man, give me fucking something to bite on here.
I actually expected a gangster movie before I watched it. I thought something like a detective crime drama, but it's like, okay. I think we should talk about stuff we liked before that,
The cinematography.
Actually, my likes outweigh the dislikes, kinda. I have more stuff on the like side. So yeah, I like the look of the movie, the color grading, the camera. It's all pretty good. Like it's all like there's nothing to complain about actually. It looks
Very
great.
good.
The movie, the sets, the costumes, the cars, the 80s New York is pretty cool.
And I feel like they use CGI right. You know, it's kind of that David Fincher use of CGI where they use it in reality and they make it look good. They really captured how New York looked. You know, like you said, the color grading is fantastic in this
Dude,
movie.
Oscar Isaac's coat, pretty cool. You know,
Oh man,
yellow is my favorite color.
The best fucking thing in this movie is Oscar Isaac's bitchin' camel hair fucking coat.
Yeah,
You know, that's the best thing. And oh god,
I mean that's kind of harsh.
yeah. Yeah, I would say that's the best thing in the movie is the camel hair coat.
I like that it was snowing. Like it's set in winter. That gives it a like. I like the atmosphere in the movie. It's pretty cool. I actually liked Oscar Isaac. I wouldn't say he's he's one of my favorite actors, but I mean he's not always in the best movies like Sucker Punch or something. But I think he's pretty like he can pull off a lot of different roles. Like if you've seen Ex Machina, Star Wars.
No, I love him in Ex Machina.
Drive.
Ex Machina and Drive is where I point to when I think that I don't like Oscar Isaac. I go to those movies and I remember I do like Oscar Isaac because I am rooting for the guy, but it just feels like, you know, because you can go to X-Men Apocalypse. That was a bad fucking call.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, that was a bad fucking call there.
Yeah, true.
He has very intense eyes, and he can really cake it on and chew up the fucking screen when he wants to. My problem is for this movie, I didn't buy the character being a strong character. I felt like the strong character was his fucking wife, and I don't think they really open up her character enough.
Yeah,
you know,
that's one of my complaints actually. Jessica Chastain is like not very prominent in this movie.
She's just kind of there, you know.
Yeah, it's like I would say it's like 80% Oscar Isaac and the rest is like Jessica Chastain. You know, she's not even that important.
No.
I mean, she causes some problems, but it's not that she's like relevant, really. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's
where they hear on the road. That felt kind of strange, I think. I mean, she shoots the deer to put it out of his misery, and but I didn't get the point of the scene actually.
Right. Well, I think that goes back to what I was saying. It's showing that she's the stronger
yeah, but
one.
I thought it was kind of a setup for like somewhat later that she has the gun still and stuff, but it doesn't happen. Like the gun is never brought up again.
No.
And I don't know.
I think you're gonna talk yourself into not liking this movie, personally.
Nah, but... I mean, I gave it a rating. It's not like the highest rating ever. I think the movie is fairly authentic. That's what I like.
Okay.
I mean, it's grounded and stuff. It's like stuff like that. It seems perfectly. It makes sense that this stuff could happen.
I wasn't bored. I wasn't bored in the movie. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
You know.
And I like the chase scene near the end. That was,
okay.
You know,
okay.
Because the movie picks up the pace fairly quickly, and it works.
And they set that up. They set that up at the start of the movie, showing that the character runs. So clearly, he can run good.
I actually didn't. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean that was kind of a good chase. I'm not a huge fan of chase scenes in general, except for Mad Max Fury Road. Also, the scene where what's his name, Julian, is defending himself in the truck,
right,
and then runs away from the police. I thought that was pretty good as well, because it's like not. It could have been like a shootout or an action scene or something, but it's fairly grounded and realistic.
It's weird because that character is like part of what I liked about the movie, and then part of like what led to me not liking the movie, because it's kind of just highlights. He kind of brings up all this shit of like, you were like this, I want to be like you, but you never really get any sense of what Oscar Isaac's character had to go through. That's
True.
what I mean about like, I don't need shit spoon fed to me, but I feel like you got to give me something here. Like, just give me something on how did he get to this point, and like, I get the desperation of trying to stay on top. But that's all it really is. That's all this movie is to me, is this dude trying to keep his business together and trying to get a couple loans. Like,
yeah. but I feel like it's meandering a bit because like no topic is really like the focus. The movie doesn't have real focus, I feel. Even like David or your Lowo, the police, it's not important. It just like there's nothing happening actually. And then there's like his contenders and stuff that where he sits at the table with them all and stuff, but that's also barely in the movie and stuff. It like it touches a lot of themes a bit, but not like to a degree I would have liked.
Yeah. The scene when he goes and talks to all the other fuel people, I thought, well, this is it's very mafia-esque, this whole setup here.
Yeah, true.
And all the guys, they got the open shirt, no tie look, and I really thought Alessandro Nivola, is that his name? Alessandro Nivola?
I have no idea.
Alessandro Nivola. He always plays a bad guy in his movies. He's kind of a dead giveaway when you see him, like, okay, this will be the bad guy. He's the other guy that he goes to at the start and asks him, hey, are you taken from me?
The guy who played tennis?
Yes, the tennis.
I see.
Peter guy.
Peter is his name, I think.
He's not really in a lot of movies, but when he is in a movie, usually he plays the skeevy dude because he kind of has a skeevy ass looking face. I know that's a little harsh, but
also, one of the other company bosses is the villain from True Detective season 1.
Right, that guy.
Yeah.
He's in a lot.
He's
of
in Joker.
Lately. Yeah, he's in Joker. He was in Barry.
Yeah, he was in Maniac.
Fantastic fucking show, Barry from.
Yeah,
HBO.
I know. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard of.
Yeah, you'll like Barry.
Probably. I like Bill Hader.
Yeah, and Bill Hader and Barry. Just I know it sounds odd, like that show would even have like good drama, but some of the scenes with Barry, like some of the scenes with Bill Hader, are Oscar worthy in my opinion. Like that.
Well,
he's that good in that movie.
The Golden Globe or the Emmy?
Yeah, Golden Globe. I'm sure Emmy.
No, not. I think he got the Emmy. Golden Globes did not happen yet.
Okay, well then that was well deserved. Well deserved. I tell you what movie didn't win any awards. This movie right here, A Most Violent Year.
Yeah.
I don't think it did win any awards.
Because like I feel like the main thing that's the problem with this movie is it's not exciting. It's
kind of just there.
It's really close to being boring.
But not yeah. It really is. Like you're just kind of like I said, I'm just kind of waiting for something
you're waiting
big to happen.
And then it's over.
And then nothing really happens.
I mean, there's one brutal scene at the end. Mm-hmm. That's kind of bloody, but it's not exciting. The movie, like, I mean, I like the chase scene, but it's not like the most thrilling stuff ever.
They should have just called this movie Fuel,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have focused on one topic, like police investigation or the hijacking thing and stuff, and like just leave the other stuff out. I don't know.
I think I would have been happy just a little bit something with the main character. Like that really bugged me of just why do I give a shit about this guy? Why do I fucking care? Like that's the thing.
He's not likable or anything.
I didn't care about him at all. And I'm all for movies where you don't like the main guy. But usually they give you a reason not to like him, or they give, you know what I mean? Like there was just nothing there. It was just he just shows up and just goes about his life. I mean,
yeah. I agree.
It was hard. It was actually like I didn't think it was a boring movie, no. But I feel like it was a hard movie to kind of get through.
I think it's just kind of forgettable. Even though it's well made. It's
What was your rating on this movie then? If
6 out of 10.
You gave it a 6 out of 10 and then you're saying that it's forgettable.
Yeah, but like now that I say that, 6 out of 10 feels kind of wrong because I also gave Foxcatcher 6 out of 10, and I think that movie is way better.
Oh, Foxcatcher's 10 times the movie that this is.
Yeah, but I still didn't like Foxcatcher that much because it's like the atmosphere is kind of sad. I don't know. I couldn't really get into it.
No, I
It's a really
agree
sad
with you.
movie.
I agree with you. It's a very like sad, kind of disturbing, not disturbing, but unnerving maybe. It's not a movie I'd want to watch again. Like I'm with you there, but I thought, what really impressed me was not just Steve Carell, but you
Channing
know,
Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Thank you. No
His
one ever
his
really talks.
physicality in that movie is great.
No one
He's
really
like
talks about Channing Tatum and how good he
he's
was in that
walking
movie.
very stiff, and like you really see that he's kind of naive and dumb and stuff. And I really liked his performance actually. I mean, of course, Mark Ruffalo is good as well because he's always good.
Unfortunately, yeah.
What does that mean?
It's funny because I never really liked Ruffalo until the Hulk.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
strange.
I know. I feel like he was just kind of an annoying actor that was in every movie. You know how those 2 years sometimes, right, where an actor catches fire and then he's just in everything. Mark
Samuel
Ruffalo.
Jackson.
Wow, that's been fucking for 20 fucking years now, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. When will Samuel Jackson ever stop? I don't know.
I think he made like 5 movies this year. It's crazy.
Just imagine the amount of money that he's probably taken home. I wonder how much money he's actually taken home from all his movies and maybe all the residuals from those movies.
Also for like minimum effort, because sometimes it just feels like he's walking on the set of some movie and says motherfucker and that's it. He's just like in
And that's
the
all
movie.
he needs to do. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He's always playing himself. That's kind of
unless I think we've talked about this before, but I think he shines. He fucking shines when Tarantino is with him.
Oh yeah, Django Unchained, great performance.
Yes, Django.
Also, I mean, Hateful Eight is kind of just Samuel Jackson.
Yes, I agree. It's like Samuel Jackson in a western.
Yeah.
Whereas Django, that's an cranky ass old man, and he fucking nailed it.
It's very it's an awful character, but he's very fun to watch.
Awful and just mean as shit. Like he really nailed the fucking.
But in a way you've never seen it before. Like Django is so good. I've watched that like before Hollywood came out, and I really want to watch it again, but I don't have it, which is kind of sad.
I love Django. Django. I feel like Django's arguably Tarantino's best movie, and I know I can't really talk to that since I haven't seen Hollywood yet, but Django was so impressive to me with Christoph Waltz, fucking Jamie Foxx. I love Jamie Foxx. DiCaprio, the list goes on. Even Don Johnson, the Don Johnson scene, I thought was great, even though it's not.
And Jonah Hill is in it. Yeah, Django's fun. I mean, for Tarantino movies, I couldn't really. It's hard to pick a best one because they're kind of different. Even though I would say right now, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is my favorite movie of all time.
I've just seen it all
6
time.
times. Yeah.
You've gone all in on this favorite movie of all time, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, for now, I like currently.
For now.
I mean, of all time, it's a weird statement. It depends on your mood.
You don't want to go After Earth with Will Smith, I challenge anybody to get through the first 10 minutes of that movie. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. I don't even remember that movie. Like barely. It's so bad.
Yeah, the movie with his son. Just
I hate Jaden Smith, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Can we just close most violent year now?
We can, quick. Yeah.
I give it a 5 out of 10.
What happened to the 6? What the fuck?
What do you mean?
For me, the most violent year, I'll probably go a 5 along with you, maybe a 4. Because the things I really like. I mean, it had good acting. I'll give it that. Good acting.
I mean, for a 4, it's decent enough for it's too decent. It like the way it's made, it's all really good actually.
Quality. All right, so it gets a point for quality, a point for acting, a point for cinematography. That's 3 right there.
The point for color grading, and
color
for his
grading.
Coat. His coat alone is a point. Is like worth a point.
Costumes. I actually did read that Jessica Chastain contacted. I was reading in the trivia on IMDb.
Yeah.
And she contacted the Armani vintage. So everything that they're wearing is authentic Armani vintage wear from that time, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought was kind of cool. Little things
That's
like
lots
that.
of effort for a mediocre movie.
Yeah. Yeah, when you could have just looked at a picture and been like, all right, well, this is what it looks like. Let's sew it up.
I mean,
You know?
it kind of sounds like we're. I mean, I'm not hating this movie. It's just
Mm.
not like the most exciting movie ever. Probably for some people, it's actually cool. I don't know, but like, who would say my favorite movie of all time is the most violent year?
Nobody.
Like it's not one of those movies that you can watch over and over again because like nothing is happening.
I don't know how I'm looking at IMDb right now and seeing a 7.0 rating. That's what I'd like to know. How the hell is this
Yeah, it's
movie
more of a
7.0?
6.5 or something. I don't know.
Mm-mm. Like, just, I think the highest 6.5, like you said, just, I just feel like it was a waste of talent for this movie.
Yeah, because you got
Um,
two pretty good actors, and one of them is basically irrelevant.
yeah. Yeah. Because at least another good 10 minutes of Jessica Chastain maybe going off might have saved. Because here's the thing with me, like when this movie came out and I first saw the preview, I know I didn't see this movie, but when I first saw the preview, I thought, man, that is gonna be a fucking kick-ass movie because it looked like the next Scarface in a way. Boy, was I
What a
fucking wrong, dude.
disappointment!
It is not. Yeah, I mean that. I agree. Like that, the hype kind of killed it for me. That was my own fault because I was like, this looks like she almost looks like Michelle Pfeiffer and shit. Like this is gonna be killer. But no,
It's just a movie about some businessman, you know.
one of my favorite things though in the movie A Most Violent Year is the shot. It's blurred, but the shot of the World Trade Center I thought was nice. I do not like it when
Oh,
filmmakers fucking take out the Trade Center, especially when it was so prominent in that time.
I didn't notice that actually.
It's in the it's real quick, not real quick, but it's when Oscar Isaac is talking to the driver, like the
In the
first
end.
time. Yeah, no,
Oh,
not in the end. When they're first talking to each other, I can't remember
I
where,
see.
but it's outside and you kind of see it in the background. But that was like one of the things I looked for right away. I was like, once I saw the skyline, I was like, where's the Trade Center? And I know that's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
picky thing on me, but I feel like if you do a
yeah,
period movie, you gotta have it if it's in there. If you're gonna show the skyline, you gotta have the Trade Center. You know.
yeah, but like that's just what I'm saying. The quality, like the effort they made, is pretty cool. Like
Right.
they focus on details and stuff. It's not like an awful movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, 5 out of 10 is for me. 5 out of 10 is not like the worst rating ever. It's just average. You might like you can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as you said, it's not boring. You can totally
No,
watch this movie, but you will probably forget about it the day afterwards.
and you'll never watch it again.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was just fascinating that we started off with this movie. It's such an obscure title, but
Yeah, also like nobody knows this movie probably. Like
no.
nobody
Uh,
like I mean amongst movie circles probably, but I mean not even that. I don't know.
the Oscar Isaac fan club, I'm sure they all saw it.
Does that exist actually?
Oh, I bet you it does, man.
Yeah,
I
there's a
bet you it
fan club
does.
for everybody. I mean, I like Oscar Isaac a lot actually, but I wouldn't watch a movie just because he's in it.
I think I'm waiting to see him in his role. You know, like
Hmm?
I,
He's
I don't think he's been great yet. I think he's been really, really good, but I think he has the potential to be great, especially because he does have presence. That's
he
the thing
will.
about him:
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He has charisma.
charisma, presence. There's a darkness there. His eyes are extremely intense. He could really chew up the scenery when he wants to. He knows how to act. Like he knows what he's doing. I just
He
felt
will.
like he didn't pull off this tough persona, which you don't even see.
Yeah.
Like you don't see any. I mean, like, oh my god, this movie is. It was really frustrating for me just to sit there and watch it. Like I just kept thinking, like, what is this going anywhere? Is this? And then I kept thinking, well, this looks good. That shot looks good. That's a cool costume. So there was this critical eye that was watching it, but there was also the fanboy in me just going, please God, is this a crime movie or is this just about fucking fuel? And all these guys just like bitching at each other because they lost the fuel. Like, is that really what this movie is about? Is them fucking taking each other's trucks and selling it to each other? That's really what it was
Yeah, but
about.
they could have made a cool like crime or a really violent movie about that.
Yes.
I mean, the title is kind of misleading.
Yes. I needed a little bit more of the crime syndicate aspect of the movie. Just give me a little bit of a scarcity. Like, it just didn't seem like he was ever really worried. You know, like he was so
True.
calm, cool, and I just wanted to know, how did he get like that? Like, what? How?
I mean,
is
it
this
makes
guy...
sense because he's like that ambitious, you know,
Mm-hmm.
character who like he's not like that insecure dude who would like break down if shit's going like if shit's getting real and stuff.
Right.
I mean, the character just, I mean, that worked for me, but like as you said, yeah, backstory would have been nice.
Just a little something, just a little sprinkle of just something to tell me, how did he get his money? Did he marry in with her and get?
Yeah, right.
Because that's
That would
kind
have
of
been
what I feel
interesting,
like
actually.
they did. Orange 3131. What are we talking about? We're talking about 2014's film of the year, a most violent year.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably just give it a 5.
Yeah, me too.
Just give it a
5 out of
5.
10. Watch it if you're interested in fuel and fancy coats. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like us, you like to watch movies, you like to break down little things about film, you're probably going to watch it, but you really hit it on the money with the you're going to forget about it.
Yeah.
That's the best fucking way to explain this movie, I think, is right there. Is you're going to forget about it, you know? Just,
Yeah.
you'll sit through it, you'll get
True
through it,
that.
but you'll forget about it.
By the way, for me, interesting is Isaac is playing Leto Atreides in the new Dune. I mean, that's kind of interesting. So maybe that's his
good.
big role. I don't know.
Huh?
Even though, I mean, I haven't read Dune yet. I want to do that actually before the new one's coming out. But recently I've seen David Lynch Dune, and like Leto Atreides is not really prominent in that movie. So I mean, if it's the same in the new one, then sad for Mr. Isaac. But
Well,
I
know
heard
the
that
book.
they split it up in 2 movies actually. So
Yeah, the book is a little different from the David Lynch
yeah,
vehicle.
probably.
The David Lynch vehicle I kind of liken to The Shining in a way, because they're on their own plane separate from the film in a way. But The Shining is much better.
You know, actually, I don't think that Dune is that bad. I also gave it a 5 out of 10 because I kind of liked stuff about it.
Right. I mean, I've seen it many times, because it's that movie. Like, I kind of want to lie to myself and tell myself that I like it and kind of be cool.
Dude, the setting is amazing.
The setting is awesome.
I like the story as well.
Right.
But it's like so rushed in the end. There's like, I don't know, 2 hours of stuff happening in like 10 minutes.
Right. And it's dated, a little dated. So,
Dude,
I mean,
the effects. The effects when they go into their weird, I don't know, combat mode. It looks
oh,
cool.
the combat suit, the square little thing that they got going on. That was great.
Yeah.
You got Sting.
I mean, it's from '84, so yeah.
Sting.
Why is he in that movie?
Sting actually was in a couple movies around that time. He was in Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, but like, I mean, his character. What does he do? Nothing.
I mean, Sting has like a good face, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I watched this was because of Kyle MacLachlan.
You got a little hard on for McLaughlin these days,
dude. He's so cool. I like him a lot as a person. You know, like I often say that I don't give a shit about private lives of actors and stuff, but like, man, Kyle MacLachlan is just nice. He's so cool.
Did you finish Twin Peaks? Did you watch all of them?
I didn't.
You didn't.
Because
I
mean,
you're kind of starting a lot of shows and not finishing them. Too.
Yeah, that's my thing. You know, I'm not really good on that series watching.
You start thinking about movies and shit, and then the next thing you know,
yeah, right. Dune has a great story, but rushed, as you said. Yeah. I like what's his name? Paul Atreides. His like arc to become the chosen one is like rushed in 10 minutes. Like he climbs that worm and then stuff happens. I don't even remember.
It might be hard for you to.
The movie's super trippy.
It might be hard for you to acquire, but the sci-fi miniseries that they did is pretty decent. It's
The
pretty
Dune?
decent. The Dune series from Sci-Fi. Yeah, I think William Hurt was in it. And then I think they did a Children of Dune as well.
Yeah, but dude, I'm so hyped for like Denis Villeneuve's new
The
Dune
2020, yeah.
because like he's a director I would trust. Like he could do any movie. He could do Godfather 4.
He could redo Godfather.
I don't know.
That would be a
Godfather's
stretch, huh?
necessary.
Like, you know, I'm
I mean,
I'm
there's
that big
something
of a
about
dick.
doing a sequel and doing a remake. You know, I don't want a remake of Godfather, and I don't want a sequel as well.
But then you could have Oscar Isaac as Michael Corleone, you know?
Yeah, probably as good as Al Pacino. Dude, the Oscar Isaac hate is real, even though I really like him actually.
No, I like him too. I'm kind of rooting for. I feel like he just I don't know. Like I said, I go back to Ex Machina, Drive, couple other movies that I've seen him in that I like him in, but I feel like there's been some duds. Just
What about
duds.
Star Wars actually?
I have a hard time. I'm still struggling with like, do I even care about these characters with Star Wars?
Yeah, I can see that. But he's likable.
I care about Poe Dameron more than I do about Finn. I feel like Finn is just such a waste.
He was very cool in the first one, actually.
Finn was cool in the first one, but the second one just
the second one was kind of. It gets too much hate, though. We also talked about this.
I agree. The Last Jedi gets an
it's not as bad as they say. You know, Star Wars fans just don't take it that seriously.
No.
Honestly.
No. Well, there's two things I think that really killed the movie.
Comedy.
Comedy didn't help either. But the scene with the casino, completely pointless. Should have just scrapped that whole fucking thing. And the Leia moment. I feel like you could have had a really cool
comedy.
Like you could. It's just Mary Poppins. You know, I remember sitting there in the theater, kind of like, I think I giggled, like, oh shit. But you know, me being the Star Wars person I am, I'm like, all right, well, let's just go with it and see what happens here.
I want to like that fucking movie. Actually, I went out of the cinema and didn't know what to feel about it. You know, because I wanted to like it.
It's very indifferent.
It still has a lot of garbage in it.
Very indifferent.
Kind of hard to like that movie, but it's not that bad. You know.
Like the stuff with Luke, I don't understand why people hate on Luke Skywalker stuff, because like you're like bitching that Luke is all broken down. Okay, what was Yoda doing? What was Ben Kenobi doing? He did the same thing as what they did. He just fucking disappeared.
I think Luke's death is one of the best scenes in all of Star Wars. Spoiler.
Right. Well, yeah. Spoilers for The Last Jedi.
Everybody's seen it by now.
I think all the stuff with Luke is great, except for when he's drinking the blue milk. I thought that was a little fucking
but come
weird.
on, that's nitpicky.
That's nitpicky. I agree. That is very nitpicky of me.
That's not a reason why the movie is bad, which it isn't.
No, but I do think that certain things are going to stick with it for being bad in the movie. Like, I feel like that Leia moment really hurts it.
I mean, that's one of those moments you remember because it's bad.
Yes. Not because of how it looked. I mean, it looked bad, but felt out of place. It just felt so out of place.
For me, actually, the reason why I don't like it is because it looks so weird. The way she's doing, like the way
it's bad
shot
CGI.
and stuff.
Bad
yeah,
CGI.
It just looks so wacky.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
Because you went from, The Force Awakens, which had so much practical, very little CGI, which is a great decision by J.J. Abrams. And I feel like Rian Johnson went backwards there, because the whole casino planet scene just felt like the prequels. Like, it felt like I was watching.
You mean the chase scene with the
chase scene
horses?
Was so bad. Yeah, it was so awful, man.
It didn't really feel like Star Wars, actually.
But I will say something about The Last Jedi. It's got probably my favorite scene in all of Star Wars, which is the throne room scene. And I've watched videos of people tearing down the throne room scene about how stupid it is, and like how, oh my God, Snoke deserved more. Like, one thing ruining movies right now is fan theories. Like, stop listening to fan theories and rolling with it and thinking this is how it should be. Like, who gives a fuck who Rey's parents are? Even if they are nobodies, That is compelling to me. It's compelling. They don't have to be fucking Ben Kenobi's daughter for
That
her
would
to
have
be a
been worse,
compelling
actually.
character. Yeah, I know, because it's predictable. You know? And the whole thing with like, oh, we got to know who Snoke is. No, you don't. No, you
Like,
don't.
up until the prequels, nobody knew who the Emperor was. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh man, it really makes you wonder, like how, like would movies have survived if Twitter was around then?
no.
Like if episode 4 launches, right? People are probably like, "Where's episode 1, 2, and 3 on Twitter? What the fuck?" Like, I mean, you could totally see that shit. Makes me wonder if like all these great movies would have even gotten made, or if they would have had a sequel, or if anything would have happened if Twitter was around, because Twitter is really fucking ruining a lot of things.
That's why I'm not using it.
Cancel culture.
much.
Cancel culture is the worst culture out there. Like the people that tried to cancel Joker.
Dude, we don't want to talk about that. You know, I just want to exclude the whole ethical discussion about Joker. Like, it's so stupid.
It's ridiculous, man. It's the most... It's just a bunch of people upset that they know the movie's going to be good.
Yeah, some people just want to hate the most popular thing.
Well, it's like, would you have done the same thing? Like if Dark Knight came out, like they probably would have done the same thing and tried to tear down Heath Ledger's performance as well, you know? And like it's amazing how people have gotten so sensitive of movie trailers. I mean, even like it goes like even the Captain Marvel thing. Like Captain Marvel, I don't think Captain Marvel was the greatest fucking movie ever made, but it certainly was better than some people how they felt about it just because Brie Larson was in it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Captain Marvel as a movie.
Right.
But it's not awful. Like it still has the base quality of a Marvel movie. It's
But
totally made by formula, but
did you feel like there was this SJW fucking philosophy being shoved down your throat when you were watching that? Because I didn't think so. No. Because there's like, this weird section of people that really truly don't seem like they can handle a female as a lead. They don't seem like they can handle females as leads, and those people really do have some issues. That wasn't
the problem in Captain Marvel.
No.
But I feel like still Captain Marvel... I mean, Brie Larson still was kind of a problem because Captain Marvel as a character, she was totally boring. What's up, Roy? I don't know. I really didn't like it. But it's still... I mean, it's one of the worst Marvel movies, but it's not awful. You know, because like all of the Marvel movies are kind of good. Like,
but you know what I mean about like getting so much hate from the trailer initially. Like if you look on YouTube right now and type in Captain Marvel, there's gonna be 50 to 100 fucking hate videos on that show, and I feel like that's a little strange. Like it's the same thing with The Last Jedi. Like those two movies really bounce out to me.
People still make hate videos about The Force Awakens.
Yeah, like, that's a little weird.
I think like The Force Awakens is like so non-offensive. Just enjoy that fucking movie. There's nothing about it. Like,
we have those Star Wars fans too that are like, I waited my whole life to see Luke and Han Solo together again. Well, it's like you got 3 movies where they're together, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking let it go, dude. Like if that, I get that these new movies are a little controversial with their stories and what they've decided to do with them, but I think overall they're pretty good. They're quality movies, man.
Yeah, I mean Abrams played it safe with the first one.
Well, I think Force Awakens is better than Last Jedi, but like I said, the throne room scene for me, probably one of the best fucking scenes I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie.
True. I've said it before. People still try to like debunk the whole choreography thing and stuff. It doesn't matter to me. I still enjoy it.
And I've said it before too. My favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One, which has nothing to do with Skywalker or fucking Jedis or anything.
Actually, I can see that. I like Rogue One a lot.
Oh, I love Rogue One. I think Rogue One is just it's dark. It's a different take, and nothing good happens. It's my kind of movie,
Yeah.
man.
It has Ben Mendelsohn, I'm sold.
Yes.
Roy is saying Captain Marvel, one of the worst MCU, still better than DC. I mean,
Hmm.
with Joker now being out,
Yeah, but is Joker considered? I mean, that's not
No.
really DC extended, so
No. I mean, the DC EU,
which is dead.
it failed horribly.
Yeah.
And it's good that it did. I feel like, I didn't really need that whole
I would
Justice.
rather have seen the Zack Snyder storyline at least play out, but it's costing the studio and the fucking world way too much money for that to happen. Justice League,
I mean, not all of the DC movies are bad actually. I feel like Aquaman was pretty fun. I liked it.
Aquaman's probably one of their best.
I mean, the good thing about that is that it doesn't take itself seriously at all.
Mm-mm.
It's just like a fun ride, and that's it. I mean, what's wrong with having fun?
Well, I mean, the thing with Aquaman too is I didn't really think Jason Momoa was gonna pull that off. I think he was kind of annoying in Justice League. I didn't.
Yeah.
I think his acting style is a little. I don't really want the hang ten surfer dude type of persona for Aquaman. When you watch Justice League, I feel like it's a totally different Aquaman from Justice League to the movie Aquaman, and I think that what James Wan did with Aquaman was change my opinion of Jason Momoa in general.
Yeah, just because James Wan is good.
James Wan is good. He is good. He's a good director. He knows how to make a compelling film to where it's, I mean, whether it's Saw or fucking
Conjuring, Fast and Furious 7. Aquaman and Shazam were good. I'm not disappointed with Wonder Woman either. I don't really like Wonder Woman.
I think Wonder Woman is completely overrated.
I mean, it's not bad, but I feel like in the end it gets really ridiculous.
I like her, and I like Chris Pine.
Yeah, she is perfectly cast.
But they dropped the ball completely on Ares, the villain.
Even though I love that actor, actually. David Thewlis is amazing. Have you seen Fargo season 3?
I have not watched Fargo yet.
What? Okay, that's one of the few shows I've watched and I love it.
One of the few you've actually seen all of that shit?
Yeah.
And that's an anthology series, right?
I was right there at the start, like with Martin Freeman and Billy Bob Thornton. The first season was pretty cool. The second one has Patrick Wilson, so I'm sold. I have to watch it. And the third season has Ewan McGregor and David Thewlis, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Just great stuff.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she's the girl from.
I like her a lot, actually. Yeah, and from Death Proof, and from Gemini Man, and she's in Birds of Prey. Yeah. Yeah, Roy, you're right. DC does casting really well. But
DC has done.
Batman and Superman were kind of wasted. I feel so bad for Ben Affleck.
I feel bad for Ben Affleck, but I think Ben Affleck puts it on himself. I don't think he's easy to work with. I think he's a pain in the fucking ass to work with, I bet. Like when you read about that thing about him going to blows with David Fincher on the set of Gone Girl because of he wouldn't wear a New York Yankees cap. Like it's shit like that. Yeah, well, he's a Boston Red Sox fan. He can't go back home and have his friends making fun of him for his New York Yankees cap in a movie.
Like a real artist would give a shit.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I don't really see him as a... But then again, I really like Argo.
Though, I gotta say, I think I liked Argo a lot, but I don't remember a thing. It's not even that long ago, I think a year or two, but I don't really know anything about it. Even though I gave it an 8 out of 10.
And I think Batman vs. Superman, he did really good as Batman. But Justice League, I don't know what the fuck.
Justice League is a horrible movie.
I think he just showed up and got his check and he took the fuck off. I got high hopes for this reboot with Robert Pattinson. Honestly.
Dude, I think Robert Pattinson is that's a good casting decision. Because
I agree.
I hate people that it's probably just because they don't know better, but Robert Pattinson is a really, really good actor.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen his indie stuff, he's really good.
Well,
but
it's like you can't
remember him from Twilight.
Yeah, and you can't fall into that. Oh, well, he was in Twilight. Now, I will say this. I'll never watch a fucking movie with the other co-star from Twilight, not Kristen Stewart, but the Taylor kid.
Yeah, but he's not
He
even...
is so fucking bad in movies. I mean, I've seen every Twilight movie, and I tell you, man, it was so fucking hard to get through those movies with that kid on the screen with his stupid
I feel bad for you, man.
His stupid Cro-Magnon eyebrow fucking face. And every time he would talk, the way he enunciates his words, oh my God. That's Andy McDowell level hate right there with that kid. Right? I can't stand him. I can't stand Taylor Lautner. Is that his name? Taylor Lautner? Yeah. I fucking hate that kid. And you know what? I'm not the only one, because that dude has not been in shit since fucking Twilight. And thank God. Thank God.
You're a glutton for punishment.
Abduction. That's the last fucking thing he was like really in.
Actually, I mean, Kristen Stewart isn't even that bad. Sometimes.
I think she gets a little bit more hate for... But then again, she was really bad in like Snow White. I didn't like her in Snow White.
I wish I'm not one to kink shame, but you clearly enjoy violent psychological abuse. Okay.
I do. It's true.
Also, this year, Robert Pattinson in The King. I'm still waiting for that. Is it out on Netflix?
The Timothy
Chalamet. Yeah.
Oh, Chalamet. I'm going to say Camelot. I'm saying Camelot from now on.
Okay. It also has Ben Mendelsohn, man. You know?
Well, yeah.
Dude, Ben Mendelsohn's the shit.
That's another show worth watching. Bloodline, Netflix. Ben
Mendelsohn.
Mendelsohn.
One of my friends has seen it and recommended it to me like years ago, but
he got an Emmy, I believe, for that, or Golden Globe. Ben Mendelsohn for that role. He was incredible in that role.
I think he's incredible in every role. He's just often typecast.
Ben Mendelsohn, Walter Goggins. These are all the actors. Yeah. These are the actors that I would cast in my movies.
You know, there's one actor who's also in Joker. I hope you remember him. I think in Joker he's the policeman. His name is Shea Wiggum, I think.
Shea Wiggum.
That guy, I love him. He's like the typical side character actor, but he's so cool. I like him a lot.
Who the
he's
fuck
also
are you
in a lot
talking about?
How do you know?
Hang on a second. You got me. Shea Wiggum.
Did you guys see the 2018 Robin Hood with Jamie Foxx? I haven't yet, and I'm curious.
Oh, yes. This dude is great in everything that he's in, man.
But he's always the side character.
Which
one of his probably fine because he's so good at it. He's also in Fargo.
Well, one of the best roles he ever was in too is Boardwalk Empire.
I haven't seen that show actually.
Fantastic.
For that, I'm curious Empire. Actually.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Buscemi. It's a Scorsese thing. You know, Boardwalk Empire is highly worth going down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I love that guy. I never even realized
he's in line with Ben Mendelsohn, Michael Stuhlbarg, Patrick Wilson, kind of. You know, all those actors who are not like that popular.
Mm-mm.
You know, most people don't even know their names, but like for me, they're in so many movies and they're always great. Yeah. Wait.
Well, he
questions.
He's not. I'm not going to say too much about Joker. So.
Yeah.
Next week we'll discuss Joker.
Next week we'll discuss Joker. Next Friday probably.
Since Germany doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. Okay. Winter, you don't have to take part in the discussion. We're just rambling. That's what we do. Yeah, I've seen the 2018 Robin Hood, the Gucci edition, Jamie Foxx and Elton John.
Yeah, but you got a hard on for Taron Egerton, though.
Dude, Rocketman is now easily
You've got a serious hard on for Taron Egerton.
Why not? But Robin Hood is awful. Just
really?
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? It has Jamie Foxx, it has Taron Egerton, it has Ben Mendelsohn, man, but it's still fucking garbage.
Yeah. It was weird when I saw that preview because I was like, did they just remake Robin Hood Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner and fucking Morgan Freeman?
I haven't seen that. I have seen like the first 40 minutes of that, but so I don't know. But the movie is so weird. It's actually funny. When I watched the trailer the first time, I was sober at that time, you know, and I thought this looks kind of good. You know,
are you saying that you're not sober most of the time?
Wait. Then one time I was like heavily drunk and then watched it with a friend, and then I thought the trailer was fucking awful, you know, which is weird because like when you're drunk you find stuff better, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it was the other way around. Okay, so the movie is like, I think the guy who made it kind of wanted to make a war movie, because they all like, there's not a single sword in the whole movie. They all have bows or crossbows, and it's like those are rifles. It's super weird.
Yeah. Now,
Also, they all look. Yeah.
Did you see the Robin Hood Ridley Scott?
Yes, I have, but that's been years ago. I think actually Oscar Isaac is in that as well. Yeah, the guy from Kingsman, Taron Egerton, he's amazing. His Elton John performance is, I mean, now that Joker is out, he's probably not gonna get the Oscar, but fine. Still pretty good.
I will say that Joaquin, good old Joe Quinn Phoenix out there, he really does. He makes the case for the it's gonna be tough to beat that one.
You calling it the Oscar?
I don't know, because it might be a little controversial. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. You never know with the Academy.
Like
I'm hoping,
calling it for like hoping that he gets it, sure.
Yeah.
But calling it for what I think might happen, you never know with the fucking Academy Awards.
So my hopes for the Oscars, I hope that Ad Astra is getting special effects, actually, because it looks really, really good. Or I mean, maybe last year it was First Man, which is kind of the similar style.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Was that any good?
It's even slower than Ad Astra, but I still liked it.
Was Gosling good in it, at least?
A lot of people say he's not, but I think he is. It's very low key, you know? He's not like, he's having the typical Gosling face expression.
Okay, he's one of those actors too that people either kind of like him or they don't, I think.
Yeah, because like a lot of people say he's always got the same face, which is kind of true.
He does have a Gosling face, yeah.
He's always just like looking into the distance,
which worked out perfectly for Blade Runner
and for Drive.
Yes, God, I love Drive. I do love.
I have to see Drive again. It's been years.
Drive to me, Drive was like a modern day Taxi Driver. Like, it was so just. Yeah,
I think it actually has like the status of a cult classic already.
I think the movie that I've never seen, the movie that him and that director made after,
Only God Forgives.
Only God Forgives, and I always kind of wanted to, but everyone said that it wasn't. And I'm not really one to listen to a lot of people, but when the big consensus is like, this is not as good as Drive, kind of kept me away from it. So I do need to watch it at some point.
I watched the first 30 minutes of that some years ago, and it felt like 2 hours. That movie is not good, honestly. I haven't seen the Neon Demon either. That's like his
Nicholas
movie.
Refn.
I mean, he's cool, but his movies are kind of weird.
He could be one of those directors where the first one was the best. You know?
He was Valhalla Rising was his first one.
Oh my God, Valhalla Rising is incredible, man. I can't believe that was him.
I haven't seen that, sadly.
You have not seen with
Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, man, that is a. I'd be really curious to see what you think about Valhalla Rising.
Okay.
You need to watch that because that movie is so interesting with the
way.
It's super violent. Violent, yes, but very cool because they don't really need to talk. You know, it's not really a talkie.
A drama.
It's not a talkie. You know, it's more of a. Oh man, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, you were right. Yeah, he did direct that movie. Holy shit.
So he's actually an interesting director because he has his own style.
He is an interesting director, yeah.
Once it was said that he's gonna make a new Alien movie, but then Ridley Scott said, "No, I'm making Covenant," which turned out to be, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I heard that Covenant is pretty bad.
I tell you, man, Ridley Scott. I don't really know. I don't know if I like Prometheus and Covenant. I don't know. Yeah. Because there's things about both of them that I think Covenant's better than Prometheus. I'll say that.
Oh, that's good.
Great performance by Fassbender. Great performance. Like he really carries both of those movies, I think. Because I feel like in
He's always great.
Because in Prometheus, I feel like you wasted Charlize Theron, you wasted Idris Elba.
Was Elba even in the movie? Like he was
just there like for a couple
Yeah.
scenes, and that was about it. Like very strange to have all those big name actors for such small little tiny parts in that movie.
I think Patrick Wilson is even in that movie in a flashback scene. You don't even see him really, but he's in it. That's
Well, I guess you have to watch it then.
I watched Prometheus.
If Patrick Wilson's in it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Prometheus is kind of strange. I think I gave it a 6 out of 10 or 5 out of 10. I don't know.
Now, have you seen all the Aliens movies though?
No, I've seen Alien and Aliens and Prometheus. That's it. I heard that the third and fourth are not very good.
Don't listen to the hate on Alien 3. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch it someday because I'm a completionist. I need to.
There are so many people out there that don't think Alien 3 is canon. They refuse to recognize Alien 3 as canon. I feel like Alien,
Fincher, right?
Yeah, Alien 3. Well, he's actually disowned it though. Like he hates it. He does. It's one of those movies like he had such hell making it with the studio, and like he later disowned that movie.
Wasn't it his first one?
His first movie?
Yeah, I think before that he only did like music videos.
Yeah, that's the first time I remember his name, and then it was 7, I think.
Yeah, 7, then Fight Club and Zodiac, and
don't forget about The Game, baby.
Oh yeah, The Game is great. it's been a while. It's been a while though. Great movie. I mean, David Fincher's always great. I feel like I haven't seen any movie.
I love the style, man. I love his style. He's got a very distinct color palette in every movie that he does. Like Gone Girl.
All right, Roy. Yeah, Gone Girl was amazing. Is he actually making a movie right now? Because like Gone Girl is his latest one, I feel like.
I think he's a very complicated director, though. I think he has some issues.
Oh, he's making World War Z 2.
Okay.
Why? He produced the first one, didn't he? Also a movie called Mank with Gary Oldman. I mean, we'll see.
Okay. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I always forget about that movie.
I haven't seen that, actually, because I'm a huge Brad Pitt fan, but I haven't seen that. It's kind of strange. Also, haven't seen Panic Room. No.
Panic Room. I was just looking at that.
Those are the two I haven't seen by him.
Panic Room for a
young... Alien 3, I'm a moron.
And Panic Room has a very young Kristen Stewart in it, too.
Yeah.
That was like her first movie.
Right.
And it was one of those movies where you're like, is this a dude or is that a chick? I don't know.
Isn't that like a home invasion thriller?
Yes, it is a home invasion movie. Panic Room. It's all right.
I'm not a huge fan of Jodie Foster. I mean, she's fine, but
I'm with you there. You kind of just don't want to like her.
Also, these days she's like barely in something good. Have you seen Hotel Artemis?
No.
Yeah.
How was that?
You didn't miss much.
Okay.
I mean, Charlie Day is pretty cool in it, and Jeff Goldblum and stuff. But
I do like Charlie Day.
he's amazing. I love him actually.
I love
because
Charlie Day, man.
Do you know Vacation with Ed Helms, the Griswold stuff remake? The only good scene in that movie is with Charlie Day.
Well, I like that movie actually. I know I shouldn't like that movie, but I actually like, and I don't like Ed Helms, but I
kind of like him.
I think he's annoying. I think he just is really trying too hard for people to like him, kind of guy.
Have you seen Tag? He was kind of good in that.
Well, it's weird because I like him in the movies, but he's not a draw for me, is what I'm saying.
No,
and he really annoys me in The Office. And I don't know
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, you should definitely take the time and watch The Office. The Office is
I
incredible.
know.
Steve Carell. I mean, the level of cringe in that show is so... I mean, I feel like The Office invented cringe. You know, like, that's how good it is.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
But Charlie Day, though. Charlie Day is kind of special, I think. I think he's
a very funny person.
His best shit is ahead of him, I think.
I still have to see It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes, you do.
But it's like not available anywhere. But someday I'll watch the whole thing, I think.
I mean, there's really no point to it. You know, it's kind of a pointless show.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
kinda
something you can watch for good entertainment, I feel like.
It's very Seinfeld-esque in a way. Like, you're never going to see an episode where there's heart. You're never going to see an episode where there's, oh, you know, so-and-so died, you know, let's make the episode sad for the rest of the season. It's not like that at all. It's just completely kooky and wacky.
Sounds good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's needed. Like, that kind of shit is needed. I think that's why Seinfeld was such a big deal, is that there was never any of that typical sitcom, oh, dad's got cancer shit, you know? Well, we made it to an hour and a half.
Yeah. What's your conclusion on Most Violent Year?
So I'm gonna hold solid at the 5.0.
Yeah, me too. I mean, yeah.
I think you nail it with the you're gonna forget it.
It's kind of weird that we chose that for the first movie because like there's not even that much to talk about. Because like I mean, if we had a movie that's really good or really bad, then there's lots of stuff to talk about why it's good and why it's bad. But this movie is just so whatever, in a way.
Mm-hmm. Well, the good thing about you and I is that we're gonna disagree. You know, we're not gonna agree the whole time because you definitely don't want a show where we're just gushing over it and you know sucking Scorsese's cock every day. You might, you might. I don't think so. My girlfriend did not like it, so. But she doesn't like those kind of movies.
It actually already has a special place for me because it's gonna be the first movie I'll be seeing in theater with Robert De Niro. You know, and he's my favorite actor and stuff. That will be cool.
The first De Niro movie you've seen in a theater, really?
Yes.
Huh. That's interesting.
I mean, before that, what had come out in the last years?
For De Niro?
Yeah, I mean, when Silver Linings came out, I was 13 or something, so you know, I wasn't that big into movies at that point. And then what else did he do? I think, I was way too young for stuff like American Hustle and bullshit and Limitless.
The Wizard of Lies is really good. The HBO movie that he did. This movie, The Comedian, though, I've never seen that.
I heard it's not that good.
Hands of Stone, is that? Oh, Grudge Match. Do you remember? Did you see that with fucking?
Yeah, I've seen that I've seen that in theater. I'm such an idiot. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Grudge Match, way better.
Grudge Match was the movie.
I mean, I think I liked it actually. I watched it in theater, and that's 6 years ago or something. I liked it.
It was a weird movie.
Even though I haven't seen Rocky before that, and I still haven't seen Raging Bull.
It was basically Rocky versus Raging Bull. Such a strange movie, but I enjoyed it, you know. But you should sit down and watch Raging Bull for sure, though.
Yeah, man. I still have to sit through Deer Hunter because I've started Deer Hunter, but it's a rough movie. It's heavy. So.
Well, Deer Hunter doesn't really kick into high gear until the halfway point. When you get to Vietnam, that's when it gets really, really compelling. And that's a much deserved Oscar from Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I know the scene where he's like playing Russian roulette. That's already. I mean, I've only seen a glimpse of it, but it's already. I already thought that's pretty good. Also, John Cazale is in it.
Oh, it's one of the big three. It's one of the big three. Like it was that one, Godfather, and Dog Day for Cazale.
Yeah, and then he died.
This is very
sadly.
Sad. Very
sad. He's kind of the James Dean, you know.
The James Dean of the 70s.
Yeah, super good and like super promising, but then he died.
So you wanna? So we'll do this again then Friday.
I'd say so, yeah.
Next Friday, unless something else comes up. Because like I said, I know I'll be more inclined to do these shows with you if we talk about one film or just. I think the top 10's really screwed up my brain a little bit.
I mean, But would you do something where I'm just gonna do a top 10 and you don't have to do any research?
That's fine. Yeah. If you
So
just want
where
my
because
color
I
commentary.
love making lists. You know.
You do like making lists, and I like reading lists. So
Yeah, so we're just gonna like talk about that because if I do a top 10, that's like 10 movies we can talk about. That's enough. I feel like.
some of my favorite YouTube channels are like Watch Mojo. Fucking, I
I
love
hate
that
Watch
shit.
Mojo.
I love
I,
that
I,
shit. Like
I think Watch Mojo is pretty shallow. I don't know.
I actually give them a little credit because I expect them to suck, but they actually put stuff in there that I'm surprised. I'm like, oh shit, they actually knew that. I'm surprised.
Stuff like Cinefix is way better.
Cinefix?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's
That's
weird. It's really weird because you say that you like making lists. I used to like making lists back when I was a kid, and it's really weird to see how many list-based things are on YouTube. It's crazy. Crazy. Lists fucking everywhere.
People like lists.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do my top 10 again because it kind of changed.
Really?
I recently did it again, but I mean, there are only some minor changes. I mean, I can tell you
Rocket
now.
Man moved to
Rocket
number
Man
1.
is in it. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is number 1, and Pulp Fiction is on 8 or something now. Because
so that means Manchester by the Sea's down to number 2?
3.
3. So what's number 2?
Rocket Man.
Wow. Okay.
And then Godfather 2, Dark Knight, Snatch, Hacksaw. I don't know. Mad Max is in that, and Lord of the Rings, of course. Yeah, that's basically my list. It didn't really change much, but I watched 3 movies. I rewatched Pulp Fiction. That's in that. Yeah.
So where does Most Violent Year fit into that?
That's hard. I'm close to having watched 1,200 movies, and I
For
think
the year?
No.
Oh.
In total, and Most Violent Year is like, I mean, not at the bottom, but probably below average.
Like 1,000, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I in closing, you hit it right on the money with the it's just forgettable. That's the best way I can explain a Most Violent Year with Oscar Isaac.
Would have been cool if we had a more popular movie or a better movie. I don't know. Yeah. But next week is promising because Joker is.
I feel like you and me though. I feel like you and me though, no matter what the movie, even if it's, a dog's life, we'll find a way to break it down and get on in there. But I'll be looking forward to next week, man, with Joker. I hope you enjoy it.
I'll probably do. It looks like the kind of movie I like, so.
Well, you want to close it out then?
I mean, we talked more about other stuff than about Most Violent Year.
That's gonna happen, though. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's fine. We're not like having a script or something,
Mm-mm.
I mean, I took some notes. That's it.
I mean, I think the idea is like I would like to get more structured as time goes by, but
it's not mandatory. Do it if you want.
Yeah, I do really like the idea. I love the idea of your top 10s and me just playing off of it though. I like that. I'm down for that.
I think I still have that top 10 monsters somewhere on my PC. Not sure. But I mean, since I've done that, I've seen like 300 movies, so probably something changed.
Right.
Also, monsters is kind of weird.
I think that's what threw me off, man, was your whole monster.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, I can see that. Fuck?
But I mean, film monsters are kind of cool, but there are not that many to choose from.
True.
But I'd like to do top 10 villains with you, because that's going to be interesting.
Villains is better. I like villains. Monsters, I really like. I start thinking about, well, what's really a monster? I start really breaking shit down.
Dude, I had the T-1000 on my list, actually.
For monsters?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, you can really interpret it. Like, you could really start getting crazy with it. Like, well, he's a child molester. He's a monster. Of course, I don't know why you wouldn't be rooting for that.
It's a bit vague, but villains is better.
There's only one movie where I saw child molestation in a movie, and I can't remember what it was called. I don't know why I brought that up, but
Spotlight.
no, it was a movie that was really, really creepy. It wasn't Spotlight though. I cannot. Happiness. I think that's what it's called. Yes. Yes. Okay. Happiness. Very disturbing. It's one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen in my life. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman's actually in it, but I don't remember too much about it. He can
be super creepy.
I don't know if you know the actor though, Dylan Baker. Do you know the name Dylan Baker?
No, I don't think so.
He plays a child molester in this. I don't want to close out the show on this. What am I talking about this for? Anyway.
Oh yeah, he looks creepy, man.
Yeah, he already has a creepy look about him, but
he looks like the fucked up Matt Damon.
Yeah. Usually in movies, when it comes to like child stuff, they kind of like interpret it a little bit. They leave it to interpretation. They kind of make it a little dark, but that movie, they kind of just lay it out on the line, like what exactly he wants and shit. And it's just really disturbing. That is an unnerving movie that I would probably never watch again.
Yeah, but is it good?
No.
Because something like, I know you don't like it, but something like Hereditary or Midsommar or The Killing of a Sacred Deer, those are great movies, I think, but I will never watch them again.
You think Hereditary was great?
Yeah, I think so.
You think
because
great?
You know, you gotta give it credit because it's like.
Do we though? Do we?
Dude, it's such a special horror movie today.
Is it though? Is it? Maybe I need to watch that again. Maybe I'll give that another chance.
Just concentrate on the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than It Chapter 2.
I still haven't watched that yet either.
Yeah,
I imagine actually. It has to be better than Child's Play, you know.
I haven't seen it. I skipped that in cinema.
Oh God, that's probably the worst movie I've seen all year.
You know that I have a cinema card, but I sometimes I skip movies. I didn't watch Rambo: Last Blood because I heard it's awful.
I heard it was pretty bad too.
I didn't watch Child's Play. I didn't watch Pet Sematary.
Yeah, you didn't miss much there, dude.
Yeah, right. You know, I just think like, whatever. I don't have to see everything.
Right.
But I still watch Gemini Man.
I
want to watch more movies with Ewan McGregor, actually.
Big Fish? Have you seen Big Fish?
I don't think so.
That's one of his best right there. Tim Burton movie, dude. Big Fish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it has 8.80.
And a Tim Burton movie without Johnny Depp is okay by me. That's all I'm saying.
But it still has Helena Bonham Carter.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can't get rid of her. She's a succubus.
And Mario Cotillard.
Helena Bonham Carter is the Yoko Ono. You know, like...
Kinda.
She just latched on to Tim Burton and wouldn't let go.
Yeah, but you know, Frances McDormand is also kind of attached to one of the Coens. I don't know which one, but she's married. Yeah, right. But isn't Helena Bonham Carter? Helena Bonham Carter is married as well to that guy.
Were they together? Or are they together still? I don't know.
I'll look that up. That's important.
I know they were together for a while.
No. Oh, okay. No, they're not together anymore, I think.
Aha.
Ah, that's weird. Well, it's not important.
I've always kept tabs on my celebrity relationships because, you know, it's really important.
That's the stuff I don't care about.
Yeah, I know. I remember being in school, like middle school or whatever, and being like, hey, talking to my friends, like, can you believe that Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder broke up? And I remember thinking that was like one of those moments, like, I'm really not in the right space here in this time because nobody's watching movies like this around me. Nobody gives a shit.
Dude, I know that feeling.
I know you do.
Talking about celebrity marriage or something, but you know, yeah.
You know that feeling of like, you're breaking, dude, show and tell 1990, 1991, I got up in front of my class, elementary, and started talking about Dances with Wolves, and everyone was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah.
You've seen that when you were 10, basically.
I saw that movie 4 times in the theater, Dances with Wolves.
How old were you? 10, 11?
I was 10 in 1990, so
dude. 10
or 11. I had a good childhood. I had a good childhood in terms of censorship. Like my grandma,
me too.
My dad, they never really gave a shit. Like the only time I was censored was Silence of the Lambs, but I still found a way to watch it. Oh yeah, I think so. Because I didn't know what the hell he was flinging at her, in the. But that's actually how I learned what that was. Sperm is what I'm talking about. Because I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I was like, what did he just throw at her?
That's a good closing word.
That is a good closing word right there.
Better than child abuse. Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. I mean, thanks for joining me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Always.
Thanks for not losing faith that I would get this back going with us. Because
nah, dude. All chill.
I've actually been excited about this all week. So
yeah, me too, kind of. Even though last night I wasn't really that excited about watching the movie. I was like, dude, I don't really want to watch this, but I just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Then I watched it in one go, which is actually kind of surprising because I actually just wanted to watch 1 hour and then the other one today. But
what's really weird for me was going from A Most Violent Year, New York City, 1981, and going to Joker.
Yeah,
Gotham City, 1981 type feel, and just, man, what a difference! What a difference.
Quality.
What a difference, man. I'll just say this: I'm looking forward to what Todd Phillips does next, for sure.
Okay. Before that, he has only done comedies, right?
Yeah, and he recently came under fire on Twitter for saying that he doesn't want to make comedies anymore because people are too woke. And of course, you had people saying, well, what about Taika Waititi or whatever his name is, making a movie about Hitler?
Yeah.
And my counter argument to that would be like, well, sure, it's a movie about Hitler, but there's still a liberal bias in that movie that's pretty clear when you're watching the preview, So I think that movie... I think Jojo Rabbit is the movie I'm talking about.
I know about it, but I haven't seen anything. But I just know, I know that he's playing Hitler and stuff.
Right, but I can already tell that movie's going to have a message. I can already tell that, he's going to find the error of his ways and all that shit.
But I don't really give a shit about that.
Yeah, my point is you can't really compare that to a movie like Joker because it's completely different, man. One is satire, one is trying to be deep and dark and a little crazy.
I really like Taika Waititi.
You don't?
I really like him, actually.
So do I.
He seems like a fun person, and What We Do in the Shadows is amazing.
He directed that, right?
Yeah, and he's also in it.
He's also in it, yeah.
He did 4, 3.
Underrated.
Oh, What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows, yeah. Underrated.
Todd Phillips actually directed War Dogs. That was good.
What is it?
War Dogs. With Jonah Hill and Mike.
That was Taika Waititi?
No, that was Todd Phillips.
Oh, that was the last Todd Phillips movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, seems like a good director. Good. On IMDb, it's listed that his next movie is an untitled Hulk Hogan biopic.
Oh.
And Chris Hemsworth is playing Hulk Hogan.
No way. Really?
That is interesting.
Untitled Hulk Hogan biopic. Oh my god, starring Chris Hemsworth.
I can actually, I can see that, Chris Hemsworth.
Oh my god, I hope this happens.
That's gonna be an interesting role.
God, I hope this isn't like vaporware here, because you know how you see this shit all the time. But man, I really hope that happens, because that just sounds like fun. Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
let's end it once and for all.
Yeah. I'll see you next week, bro. You have a good day, all right? Good week.
All right. You too. And everybody who watched and is still watching, see you later.
Yeah. We'll be back. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the second episode of Stairway to Cinema. I think we're still calling it that. Stairway to Cinema. We'll be doing this weekly. We're going to be trying to be doing this weekly. Every Friday, I think. Maybe sneak into some... Maybe... We'll just have to see how it goes. Because I could talk to Amon about movies very easily. Especially because him and I, we get off on tangents. We can ramble here and there. All that good stuff. Good chemistry when it comes to movies with that dude. So shout out to Amon for being the co-host today and... sticking with me when it came to this podcast, because I mean, We did a podcast, I think it was last year. Was it last year or was it the start of this year? We did our top 10 films and we never did it again. And it, bummed me out. I know it bummed him out. So it's really good that we did this. And I am looking forward to next week to doing the Joker with him as well. So next Friday, tune in for that, to where we break down the Joker movie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic fucking day and enjoy your fucking weekend. I'll see you guys later.